Is it sane? Is it possible? Still I ask myself, are we am I? Our game is not logical, but you contemplate, are we am I?
Yes. Wait. We. 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 One of you thought the sound was off. No, I'm doing a bit. We. Bienvenue, mes amis. Steve Dangle ici. Bienvenue à la channel SDPN. I'm working on it. Welcome to the SDPN YouTube channel. My name is Steve Dangle. And you know what? You know what? Good things come to those who wait. Good things come to those who wait. As we await Game 5 in Tampa between the Lightning and the Montreal Canadiens, I want to remind you all, we had Jeff Gorton on Agent Provocateur today, Adam Wild and Alan Walsh, talking to the president of hockey ops of the Montreal Canadiens mid-playoff series. That will be posted right here on this YouTube channel tomorrow. But what have you guys been asking me to do all series long? There's something you've all been asking me to do all series long. What is it? Something you've wanted me to wear. What have you guys wanted me to wear? No, not show feet. That would be taking stuff off. What have you wanted me to wear? It's happening. You've all been asking for it, and I'm finally going to do it. You've been asking me to wear a Montreal Canadiens jersey. So I am going to wear a Montreal Canadiens jersey. Give me a sec. All right. There you go. This right here is a Montreal Canadiens jersey. Oh. This is Montreal Canadiens legend Gannon Larocque. He was traded 1-for-1 for Carey Price. 1-for-1. Authentic Montreal Canadiens jersey right here. It's technically San Jose Barracuda, but he hasn't played for the Habs yet. But he is property of the Montreal Canadiens. So good things come to those who wait. This is a Montreal Canadiens jersey live on stream. Here it is. Wes Richard, thank you for 5 SDPN memberships. 5. Numero 5. Market Manager Mike, the Blue Room is going bleu, blanc, et rouge. Gasp. Let's go Habs, says David Wilson. No Habs, no. No Habs, no. No Habs, no. No Habs, no, says Jared. Welcome to SDP VIP. That doesn't count. That doesn't count as a swear. Read the username up at the top. You thought I just... I don't even want to be around anymore. You said you don't want to be around anymore? I don't even want to be around anymore. It wasn't a swear. It was a mumble. Let's do lines real quick. Brendan Gallagher. As Jay Carter just said, Brendan Gallagher walking into the arena to Stone Cold Steve Austin's theme. I saw that, Drew. Caulfield, Suzuki, Slavkovsky, Newhook, Evans, Demidov, Bolduc, Dach, Texier, fourth line of Gallagher, Dano, Anderson. I thought Noah Dobson might be getting in the lineup. That is not the case. Matheson, Carrier, Gooley, Hudson, Struble, Jack Eye Dobish is your starter for the Montreal Canadiens. I am not going to do that, Drew. No Nick Paul for the Tampa Bay Lightning tonight. And now, the real anthem. Oh, you want to see my water bottle? I do give Tampa for the and now the real anthem thing, but Tampa's anthem singer, who they've had for this is her 500th national anthem, Sonia Bryson. Sorry, I had to fast forward. Sonia Bryson Kirksey sings a good anthem. Colt 289. I got SDPN from 8 years ago on my feed. Adam learns he has to poop. I haven't laughed harder. I have no idea what that could even be referring to. Oh. Yeah, no, she's good. She's good. Hey! Steve Dangle here in an authentic Montreal Canadiens jersey. Click like. Click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Jean Sebastien Roy, Montreal Bagel is better than Tampa Bagel. Ho ho. The fourth line is just the hey, remember the 21 Habs line. Yeah, I'd rather not. Also, if you're trying to beat the Tampa Bay Lightning, you don't want to be the 21 Habs. John Gruden, former MLB. Sorry, what is he? NFL coach. What's he holding? It's a lightning-shaped pretzel. Would I eat that? Yes, but you would have to give me lots of dipping stuff because a pretzel is only as good as the stuff you dip it in, right? Pretzels do suck. That's why you dip it in stuff, right? You ever had a biscotti just with nothing? Your wife eats something like that? Is she a munja cake though? Not really. That's munja cake behavior though. I'm half munja cake. I'm allowed to say that. Speaking of anthems, look how cool it was to see the Buffalo Sabres barn finish Canada's national anthem when mic issues occurred. That was awesome. We talked about that on the show today. What should we tell all our friends? To click like and subscribe. The best bagel is just donuts, says Girthy Bettman. Okay, you're going to cause a fist fight. Since it's versus Tampa, why? Okay, here. Anyway, puck is dropped. Braden Point wins the opening draw. Dobish already out of his net to play it. Matheson up the ice. Since it's versus Tampa, that's why it's the fourth, not second. I don't know what that means. I still don't know what it means. I thought I got it, and then I didn't. Slavkovsky knocks it deep into Tampa's zone. Damidov tries to center it. I'm waiting for him to bust out. I think he's had a pretty good series. He just hasn't gotten a lot done offensively. I've liked his game. There's a few guys who I think should have more points based on how well they've played. Dobish out of his net to play it again. So, okay, there's a legitimate question. I'll wait for a commercial break to answer. Why? Oh, nearly a breakaway for Josh Anderson. Nearly. Why we didn't talk about Dallas, Minnesota on the podcast today? It's a legitimate question. I can't answer it. Just give me a moment. Hudson. Suzuki. That doesn't make its way through, but it takes a bite out of Anthony Cirelli. Sledge Hockey Clips. Bonjour, Steve. Comment ça va? Ça va bien. Merci beaucoup. Mon ami. Oh, that is tipped wide of Dobish off the shot from Crozier. Tampa loses the zone. Montreal not. Oh, that was a nice attempt at a toe drag there. Didn't work. Hudson has to reclaim it in his own end. Habs get out, but not with control. Crozier up the ice. A lot of just here, you take it. No, you take it. No, you take it. It's a bit of a chess match so far. We had a boatload of penalties last game. This is a game 5. I just don't think that's in the cards tonight. Bullduk around for Texier. I've really liked these two together. Dach in there as well. He's been an excellent member of that line after a tough game 1. Struble dumped. Vasilevsky out of his net to play it. No team has been credited with a shot on goal yet. Cernak. Gallagher gets his first touch of the puck. Gets it around to Struble. Struble up the ice. Dano. Newhook takes advantage. Rebound off the end boards. And Gallagher! Brendan Gallagher! Exactly 3 minutes in! Opens the scoring off the rebound. Can you believe it? What a story! Finally gets into the lineup, and he's right on the board. 1-0 Montreal on what I'm pretty sure is the first shot of the game. Newhook fires that wide, gets his own rebound, drags it in front, and Gallagher does what he's done all career long. He goes to the net. Le tir et le but. 1-0. Montréal. Oh, Brendan Gallagher, ma parole. Kevbot Falkenhammer says, Brendan Gallagher! And they're right. Giggling Cat says, let's go! Yeah, Drew goes, hard to see why he was out of the lineup the first 4 games. He didn't have a very good season, and I think he would tell you that, but come playoff time, you probably want Brendan Gallagher in there, man. Evans working behind the net. Oh, almost centers it. Hagel going 1-on-2. Almost works. Habs turned around at the blue line, but they regain the zone. Slaff! He misses. Vasilevsky was kind of out of position there, Drew. You're not wrong. We sat Galley until game 5 to wind him up to score now, says Daniel D. You know what? Who knows? Who knows? Hockey players are weird. They work in mysterious ways. Hudson, Gooley. I think Suzuki might be offside here, but he's battling in the corner, 1-on-2. Caulfield comes out with it, gets it to Hudson at the point. Gooley on, gloved by Vasilevsky and held on to. Butcher says, just saying Gallagher would look good with Cowan. I think Brendan Gallagher would rather retire than be a Leaf. Drew goes, you can't have 2 5'2" guys on the same line. Yeah, you can when they play like that, though. The Leafs wouldn't be so bad if they were smaller, but actually tried. It pisses me off when people are like, oh, Leaf fans thought they could win with grit. If you watched a single solitary Leaf game this year, you would know that they don't play with any grit. They told us the team was going to be one thing, and they were very notably, famously the opposite of that thing. Bullduk dumped from behind by Lilleberg. On deflected wide. Habs really causing havoc in front of Tampa's net early on. Gooley. Oh, boy. Gets a little skin on Kucherov, who tries to center it. It doesn't work, and the Habs manage to avoid the penalty. Bullduk. He's taken down by Point. Point. Hagel. Around. Radish. Point knocked to the ice. I didn't see what happened there. Carrier. He gets it out to center ice. Texier going for the same puck. He lets Radish have it. Montreal turns Tampa away at the blue line. Radish gains the zone. Here comes Tampa. Drag, release, stop by Dobish. Good attempt there. Oh, big hit. Habs just get out. And they get out with speed. Newhook stopped up, though. It's okay. Austin and Willie said we need some dogs, says Butcher. Yeah, they had a dog. His name was Michael Bunting, and the refs called him for everything. And so when he started to behave himself, the Leafs just let him get mauled. And then they didn't renew him because they were like, gets on our nerves. It's hard not to resent the Leafs right now. It really is. Dominic James stopped by Dobish, and Brendan Gallagher trying to cause a little commotion after the whistle. Leafs management has Bergevin's idea of grit, aka tall. Yeah, a Bergevin team beat the crap out of a Leaf team a few years ago, so I don't know if that's totally true. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Hoskova. As a Habs fan, I find it endlessly hilarious that they invited Hagel to their camp in 2018. Passed on him, and now he's their biggest headache. Yeah, 3 teams passed on him. The Habs, the Sabres, the Blackhawks, and now here he is. Cowan, Lawton, Bunting. Oh, now you're talking my language, Butcher. So, Minnesota, Dallas. First of all, we're not streaming that series. There's no Canadian teams. But there's no Canadian teams in the Pittsburgh-Philly series. We're not streaming the Pittsburgh-Philly series. Today, we had limited time because friggin' Adam streamed the Oilers game last night. When I got to the office at 9 a.m., he was already in there because he was recording an episode of Nailing the Apex. Then we recorded the SDP, and we had to get both the SDP and SDP VIP done by noon. That's 2 SDPs, so we're talking like an hour and a half plus another show that's like 40 or 45 minutes. We had to get, and we had Doug Gilmour on as a guest, and having a guest over Zoom takes time out of the show. So we had to get all that done. And then at noon, Adam had to record Agent Provocateur with Jeff Gorton and Alan Walsh. So we were tight on time today. Really, really, really tight on time. Wow, just got here late. Work call. Choo-choo, says Francois Lebel. It's disingenuous to say Hawks passed on Hagel. Okay, so they had Hagel and simply got rid of him before he turned into Brendan Hagel. Like, maybe they didn't pass on him the same way the Habs or Sabres did, but like, I think they'd rather have him. Tampa gains his own. Kucherov puts it on. Dobish covers it up after the rebound. Francois Lebel, merci. Sent 5 SDPN memberships. Said, wow, got here late. Work call. Choo-choo. I think I already read that. I'm tired too. I'm not half as tired as Adam. Steve, what members of the Vanderlyn gang would the Habs and Lightning players be? I can't stop seeing John Cooper as Dutch. That's correct. And Marty St. Louis as Hosea. Ooh. There, back in my day. But there's something there. There's something there. So who's Arthur? That's what we got to figure out. Who's Micah? Corey Perry's Micah, right? Like, that's easy. That's the free space. Slavkovsky. Can't hold the zone. Here comes Tampa. Montreal up 1-0. 7 minutes into this game, there hasn't been a penalty, which doesn't feel like much, but if you watch last game, it is actually quite a lot. Suzuki has some space. That pass was difficult for Anderson to handle. Now here come the Lightning. It's Brandon Hagel. Hudson gets a stick on him. Gensel. Now here comes Suzuki. Suzuki. Looks like Anderson's getting a shift with Suzuki here. Suzuki. Caulfield. Oh, he let it go to Hudson. On. Oh, I jinxed it. There's a penalty coming. Oh, Caulfield stopped by Vasilevsky, and it looks like Tampa is going to get the first penalty of this game. 12 minutes and 30 seconds still to go in the first. Why are Habs fans so upset all the time? Be positive like Flyers fans, says Insider J Money, who is having a go, and that's very funny. Ryan McDonough, double minor for cross-checking. He did kind of cross-check Nick Suzuki in the face, which is generally frowned upon. Yeah, no, actually, the NHL is fine with it. Drew, I wish you could just show the tweet so bad. I wish you could show the tweet so bad. What's your initial thoughts on Sundin and Chayka? Not good. Sundin is legitimately, hey, great. That's a good idea. The Leafs need more of their esteemed alumni in their executive ranks. It's not good to have too many guys like that, but the Leafs have none, and you should have more than none. John Chayka, out of the entire hockey world to pick executives from, you're going to pick that guy? How come? Montreal with a 4-minute power play here. Slavkovsky had to take the draw, and Tampa will clear the zone. Montreal already up 1-0. They have a chance to go up 2-0, and if they play their cards right, 3. Or Tampa could get a massive kill and build momentum with it. Here comes Suzuki. Oh, what a move through center. Shoots that through Vasilevsky, but not on target. Caulfield. Demidov is blocked. Hudson. Demidov. Nice pass to Slavkovsky. Cross ice. Down low to Caulfield. Interesting setup here for the Habs. Moving the puck very well. Caulfield. Stutter step on Gensel. Almost fakes out Hudson. Back down low to Caulfield. Suzuki. Caulfield. They're looking for the slot here. Cross ice! Demidov doesn't get everything on that. But he gets it to Hudson. Suzuki fakes. On! Deflected by Slav. But Vasilevsky stops it. Just over a minute gone here in this Montreal power play. Slinging the biscuit around real good so far. True B1. Okay, I forgive you, Steve. But did you see Jamie Benn got fined $2,600, half of what Hartman got for his middle finger? Also, Nylander for his middle finger. I don't get this league. So if you go to Drew's Twitter page, what is it? Just producer Drew? With an underscore, so producer underscore Drew? Or no, producer Drew underscore. Producer Drew underscore. Drew overlays what Ben did with the player safety video explaining why Matthews was suspended 2 games for cross-checking Dahlin. It's hilarious. It's really good. Matheson. Texier is blocked. Tampa clears it. 11 minutes to go in the first. Dobish out of his net to play it as Tampa changes. Matheson. Here comes Montreal. New hook. Gains the zone. He's picked off. Tampa's going to try to make this a 2-on-1. It's Hagel. He's got Cirelli with him. Hagel stops up. Doesn't get the shot through. Now Dach is going to try to calm things down. Looks like it's going to work. Now that was big because 2-1. Tampa has killed the first minor here. So even if Montreal scores here, that'll be the end of it. Texier. Matheson. Texier. Matheson! He misses wide. Habs missing wide quite a bit early here. Dach. Texier. Matheson. Sorry, that's Hudson. They switched. Good play there. Tampa clears it. And Hudson's got a race to this puck. Dobish. Ah! Oh, if you're a goaltender, go for a little stroll. Czech goaltenders love a little stroll. They love a little freestyle. Oh, boy. Almost a breakaway there for Gensel. Caulfield. 1:15 to go in this power play. Caulfield taking off the puck. Crozier clears the zone. 1:05 to go here. Montreal's got to worry about giving Tampa momentum here. Caulfield hands it off. Suzuki so good on these entries. Oh boy. They started so well and they can't even connect the pass right now. Caulfield down the ice again. We really do got to find a way to get Drew as my color commentator. Because I'm like trying to be play-by-play man and he just goes, this power play stinks. But only I can hear it and it's only funny to me. Cernak sends it down the ice. Boy, Tampa just doing whatever they want on this penalty kill. 15 seconds to go on this Habs power play. Hudson out there. Oh, they said they're onside. I'm not quite as convinced. Cernak. Penalty is killed, but now they can't clear it. Down low. Anderson. Oh, tries to get it in front. Deneau giving chase. Habs trying to hold the offensive zone. They cannot. So who's going to gain momentum? Oh! Hagel got a big piece of Carrier, who got rocked in the first round last year by Tom Wilson. I keep seeing a right-handed player with a 4 on his jersey and thinking it's Suzuki. That would have been the third or fourth time I've confused them. But I didn't. I just told you about it. Here comes Tampa now. Dach clears it. Is this going to be icing? It is not. Texier battling Lilleberg. Been pretty impressed with Lilleberg. Radish. Up the ice. Bjorkstrand. He's got a lane. He's got some friends. What? I thought he roofed it. Did that hit the crossbar? No, I don't think he missed the net. I thought he absolutely roofed it on the backhand. That would have been a beautiful goal. That's a big hit from Gallagher. Struble can't get it deep enough. Tampa gains center, but slowly. Dobish out of his net to play it. Oh, Gonsalves, good save along the boards. Montreal, that goes out of play, and that's going to be 2 minutes. Yep. Good job by Gonsalves there. That's all him. That's all him. Pressure, pressure, pressure. And oh dear, is that Gallagher going to the box? Who is it? Bjorkstrand. Here it is again. Oh, he hits the crossbar and then the far post. Dink donk. Oh, that would have been beautiful. And it wasn't Brendan Gallagher. It was Jake Evans. Montreal does not like it when he's in the box. And now he's in the box. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell your friends. Butcher, a color commentary team stream would be amazing. No way. Shut up. Okay. Drew said if the Habs make the final, he'll do it with his mic hot. What did I say? I said Habs? Avs. If the Avalanche make the final, he'll do it with his mic hot. And listen, we try to avoid swearing on these streams. We won't be able to do that. As someone who has Drew in his ear all game long, yeah, we're not going to be able to do that. About the Wild series, says Daniel. Am I crazy for no longer having the Wild as my second favorite team because no moment of silence this Jan? Oh, because of ice? Other Minnesota teams did, but not them. What's the saying? Um, People won't always remember what you said, but they'll remember how you made them feel. There's a lot of that going around in the sports world. If, you can't fake your passion in a team. Yeah, Drew has another saying. Never attribute malice to what could just as easily be explained by stupidity in or incompetence. I've heard stupidity, but there's a lot of that going around. You can't fake your passion. And if you no longer have passion for a team, no one can blame you. That was a real nice kick save from Dobish. Very good early opportunity for Tampa here. Jake Evans in the box. Kucherov down low to Gensel. Hagel causing all kinds of problems in front of the net there. That goes off target. Carrier feathers it around. And Suzuki is going up against Kucherov defensively. Oh, what a move! Stop by Vasilevsky. New hook. Suzuki's open if he can find him. He can't. Boy, that is Suzuki seeing Kucherov defending him and going, I'm going right at you. And he got a 10-bell scoring chance out of it. But now it's Gensel. Radish. Gensel. Down low. That skips around Kucherov's stick. Oh, boy. Then he intercepts it. Gensel. Radish. Oh, Anderson almost gets it. Point! Stopped by Dobish. Behind the net now. Deno. Can't get to it first. Hagel digging under Deno. Gooley comes out with it, and the Habs clear it all the way down the ice. 5:30 to go in the first, 35 seconds to go on this power play. Intercepted. New hook. New hook. Oh, my gosh. He's cleaned out there by Moser. Oh, Suzuki almost crushed Moser there. Sorelli with a burst of speed up the middle. He can't put it past Dobish. Tampa can't hold the line there. And I think that goes out of play with 4 seconds left in the power play. 4:57 to go in the first. Daniel, fair enough. Sorry for the super heavy question. Hey, we live in a kind of a heavy time, man. Can't just stick your head in the sand like an ostrich, which is maybe a reference you won't understand if you didn't grow up watching Bugs Bunny cartoons, but there's USA chants in Cleveland at the Raptors game. They've been doing that our whole lives. Like, I don't know. What do you okay. Maybe it'll power the Raptors, they're all gonna be like, yeah, that's where we're from. Let's go. I don't know. What is that? The Raptors have never won a playoff game in Cleveland in their franchise history. Wow. LeBron James is pretty good, eh? Struble. He's rubbed out. Texier falls over the blue line. Been there, man. Connor Geeky around. He's in the lineup tonight. Corey Perry has it. Shot! Stopped by Dobish. And he won't pass up an opportunity to be a bit of a wiener in front of the ice. In front of the goalie, sorry. Turning the table says R.I.P. John Garrett. Wholeheartedly agree. We talked about him a little on the show today. I didn't know him. I can't claim to have known him. Producer Hayden did have some interactions with him, had nothing but good things to say. Everyone had good things to say, right? That's a life well lived. And I don't know I don't know what happened, but no one's perfect, but when everyone remembers you the way they're remembering him, like no notes. You know what I mean? Javan was watching Minton mix it up in a scrum the other night and thought, "Wow, the Leafs could use a guy like that." Nah, they got Brandon Carlo, but they got Brandon Carlo. Like, what are you even talking about? What are you even talking about? Mr. Garrett was one of the nicest human beings I've ever met. Any of the times I ran into him in BC. There you go. Today's podcast, we got into a lot of the Cheka stuff because we're all being mesmerized. Oh, sorry, that camera made it look like the penalty box, and then I realized there was an assistant coach, and I'm, oh, that's just the Tampa bench. We're all being mesmerized by the Sundin stuff. Sundin is probably not watching a ton of games at 1, 2, 3, 4 a.m. in Sweden. And then, like, I would like him to be part of the organization, but I want some safety nets there. And your safety net is John Chayka? Ooh. Drew, maybe, or whoever's doing the chat, maybe you can find the link that I tweeted last night. It's an article by the late, great Jason Botchford from January 2019. You have to scroll way down, but he talks about John Chayka, and this is through a 2019 lens. He pointed out a lot of things, and this was like before the stuff that like ended up getting Chayka fired. There's a lot of red flags there. Tampa with it at the blue line. Down low, Kucherov has that taken away from him by Matheson. Montreal's done such a good job with Kucherov at 5-on-5. They've done a good job with a lot of the Lightning at 5-on-5. Power play is a bit of a different story, but power play is power play. How do you say "Go Montreal"? Kick their behind in French. Asking as a Panthers fan. You just say it with an accent. Actually, I don't know. I'm learning French, but not enough. It's never enough. Newhook keeps it. Gallagher can't get to that. Deneau, good stick. Good fight. Gallagher can't get to that. He's mixing it up, though. Good pressure. Good pressure. Point. Gallagher loses his stick. You need those. Point. Crozier. Oh, Gallagher gets his stick back. Hagel. Holds it. Gets it into the corner for Point. Point. Oh, almost loses the handle. Down low. Where is it? Behind the net. Gord. Oh, boy. And they're calling. Oh, they're getting the both of them. Gooley and Gord are going to the box. I don't think it's embellishment, though. I think it's a double hold. Well, you said stupid, Drew. Is that on Gord? It's on whoever did it second, right? Like, Gooley didn't do anything? All right, let's see. Why'd they only show one replay? You could maybe call interference on Gooley, but I wish I could see a second replay. Oh, well. I believe you. This is game 5. Games 5, 6, and 7. Refs love a coincidental minor and then going, what? We call lots of penalties. What are you talking about? Penalties, yes. Power plays, question mark? Habs win the faceoff in their own end. Radish holds the zone. Dobish out of his net to play it. Around for Carrier. Evans can't get out. Matheson being chased by Kucherov. Evans around to Carrier. Evans. Oh, nice touch to Slafkovsky. He's going one-on-one against Radish. Toe drag! Stopped by Vasilevsky, who keeps it in play. Moser up the boards. Gensel. Tampa moving it around really well. Radish attacking 1-on-2. Matheson cleans him out. Radish goes to get it himself. Carrier, another nice touch to Slav. And it's Demidov with it being pressured by Cirelli. Really waiting for Demidov to bust out here. Here comes Tampa with a burst of speed. Crozier stopped by Dobish, who went on another little adventure there. Drew, that's an interesting point. He's got to be the most aggressive goalie in these playoffs. I'm trying to think of a more aggressive goalie in the league. Like, there's aggressive and there's out of position, right? And I think he walks a line. Like Mrazek, I hate comparing the two, but they're both Czech goalies, and I do see a lot of similarities in them stylistically. But one is just a pure liability, and the other looks like a really good up-and-coming goalie in this league. I'd call him aggressive, but there are times where his aggressiveness just straight up puts him out of position. Bewick says, shout out to my goat, Bobbert. Hell yeah. Me too. Oh, Habs screw that pass up. So it's McDonough and Crozier passing it back and forth. Whoop-a-day. Almost too many men there for Tampa. McDonough wants to get off. Crozier did not realize that. Now it's Moser. Moser and Crozier. Cirelli takes the puck off. 3 Habs. 15 seconds to go in 4-on-4. 20 seconds to go in the first period. Shots 8-6 for Tampa. Score is 1-0. This period has been every period in this series. Tight. But here comes Kucherov. Habs clear the zone. And that might be the series in a nutshell. I just said how the shots are 8-6. And that I saw in real time, 8-6 went down to 7-6. 1-0 Montreal after 1 here in Game 5 in Tampa. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Steeson Siller says, what are you doing, Czech goalie? Having fun. Always. Going on a little side quest. Shot count is 6-7. No, it isn't. If you want to hear a U7 hockey locker room lose their mind, just say 6-7. There was one locker room at Don Beer Arena in Pickering that had 6-7 written on one of the walls. And every day you'd wait for one of the kids to notice it. And every day one of them would. And every day they'd all lose their mind. François Lebel says, Allez Montréal, portez lourd le CVL, nos vies à eux. I don't know what you just made me say. Is that kick them in the butt? Just Jimmy 24. Do we miss Hetty and Paulie that much? I mean, yeah. Like, I don't remember how many games Nick Paul missed in the series. I believe he missed game 1. You missed him. Hedman? Hedman's one of the best defensemen of his generation. Like, even though he's older and not having a good season, like, yeah, man, you miss him. Just Jimmy says, we look slow and tired to start the game. I think I disagree with that. what I would say is Montreal is stifling at their blue line. Stifling. Like the more you watch hockey, the more you realize there's more than one kind of good defense. There are teams that defend the offensive blue line really well. Like William Nylander, for example, can be a defensive liability in his own end. He defends the offensive blue line really well. Some teams defend the neutral zone really well. Some teams defend their own blue line really well. And some teams defend the slot really well. I think Montreal's done a really good job cutting off passes in their own zone, defending the slot, and defending their own blue line in this series. And that'll slow any team down. Francois Lebel says, stupid YouTube filter. Replace the V with a U. Oh, Allez Montréal, Bouteilleur, Le Cool. Is that what you mean? Is cool bum? Bouteilleur, like I could see that being, or Bouteilleur. Bouteilleur. Allez Montréal is, yeah, go Montreal, like that I understand. Bouteilleur. Le Cool? I don't know. Drew, how you doing? Not bad. I'm great. I'm just sitting here wondering what kind of clip we have for first intermission. I'm just wondering. What's up to me? How good are the Hurricanes? Are they the real deal? Okay. Oh. The Sens season is over. Is it time to move on from Tkachuk? There's a bunch of Atlantic Division fans in here. Drew, give me what I want. Give me what I want. Give us the Sens. Give us the Sens, baby.
Let's switch to Ottawa. Right now, they are doing their end of seasons press conferences right now. So apologies, Ottawa fans. We're not going to get those clips in. But I will say I have seen Artem Zub come up and he's like, it's really frustrating. I played 81 games. I get a knee injury in the first period. Right? First period, first game. That sucks.
Yep. That's the playoffs, man.
The story is, and there's no other way around this, Tim Stützle, Brady Tkachuk, they combined for 1 point in the series. And it's a Stützle assist. And, you know, there have been rumors circulating for years about Brady Tkachuk's future in Ottawa. But before it was, Ottawa's a mess. And how long is anybody going to want to stay there? Now Ottawa's not a mess. They got an owner that's like making phone calls in game 3 complaining about calls. Like he's calling the local newspaper going, I don't like this, which is also very aggressive. But hey, it's a nice departure from what they used to have. Jesse, you're the Ottawa Senators general manager. And Steve Dangle said you're going to be the GM a year before you became GM, which is what Steve did. He did come on and say Steve Staios is eventually going to be the GM. He was right. He was just way too early.
What's the name of the former GM?
Pierre Dorian.
So Pierre Dorian's a big fan of Steve.
You pre-fired Pierre Dorian a year out, and then we're right.
Yeah, and then Dorian fired himself.
Yeah. He had already fired himself by that point. He just hadn't been punished for it yet.
Right.
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to make a trade I can't make.
So I know what I'll do.
So
take that, Dangle.
I just want to say something before we get started in this conversation. I think Steve was right in the sense that Brady was probably injured, right? I think that's pretty fair. He lost his vision, right? In a game, a couple of weeks ago.
He didn't look put together at all.
But if you're going to go on your show and you're going to let your dad call out your goalie, which I have eyes and ears, you can deny it all you want. That's what Keith did. And then your goalie puts on the performance of a lifetime. Second or third best goalie statistically so far in the playoffs is Linus Ullmark. And you get 0 points.
Is your dad going to then go on and be like, hey, man, you were dog shit?
Listen, and he probably would. Keith's pretty blunt. But listen, it's not that Brady was like, yeah, skewer him, Dad. You can edit that out of a show. That show made it to air.
Yeah.
That was a choice. And Brady had to answer questions about it, and he wasn't thrilled about doing that. But that's what you do when you have a show. Fine to be controversial. But let's talk about the optics of that.
I know. I don't want those players taking that shit out.
No, I like that.
But
it does create a story. And listen, I don't think he's going to stop doing the podcast because of this, guys. But I can't help but say that is a story. That is true. That is what happened.
Yeah.
And that's not a great look. It wasn't a great look at the time. He's the captain.
It's a horrible, and he's not speaking at locker cleanout as we speak.
Just had a kid.
He just had a kid,
Yeah.
which I didn't know.
Well, I think they kept it quiet.
Was coming.
But him and Matthew just had kids within like 2 weeks of each other. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, which Kachuk are we?
Yeah.
Yeah. We all handle everything differently, but the story all series long was we need these guys to show up. Like Stützle, at least from what I watched, like I'd be curious to get your take, Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he looked fine. Then he didn't score.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I thought he looked fine. Kachuk, I thought looked awful.
Yeah, I thought all of the main pieces on Ottawa that didn't score outside of Kachuk, I thought looked healthy, were in there and playing. Like there's obviously going to be bumps and bruises. It's a tough series in the playoffs, but I think they were shut down. I would be scared to make wholesale changes to this Ottawa Senators team. Coming into the series, I picked them for a reason. Analytically, they were so good all year. And then once they got the goaltending, everything clicked. And you can twist your mind into this series was okay. Like we got shut down by the Hurricanes and one line by the Hurricanes beat us. That's kind of where the margins were. But there are issues. It's not wholesale changes issues. The power play stuff is a disaster. And I get that he is a legend in your market, but that is Daniel Alfredsson's problem. He is the power play coach, and they had, I'm dubbing it, the worst 5-on-3 in franchise history considering the stakes. It is the...
Which one?
That was the game 2 or the game 3 one?
Game 2.
Okay.
You're down 2-0 in the series. Hurricanes gift you a 5-on-3 for over 90 seconds. I think it was 1:35 on the clock or whatever it is. You need a goal. This is your opportunity to score a goal. And they mustered one shot and so little zone time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you have 5 players and they have 3 players and you can't hold the zone.
And a roster of killers, too.
When your season's on the line.
Yeah.
That to me is the little things you look at and you say, okay, is it a mentality stuff? Do we have to have a better job coaching? I think Travis Green has done a great job coaching this season, but maybe it's the special teams guys and Alfredsson who needs to be called out and fired for that. But there are problems there with their execution. Stützle had chances, wasn't able to hit wide open cages. Freddie made a couple good saves.
Hit a few posts, if I remember.
Hit a couple
Sanderson's
posts.
not there for game 4, too, which
Sanderson's
hurts.
not there. Zub's out. There are injuries. There are excuses
Shabbat
there.
played hurt.
Kachuk had chances too, wasn't able to hit open nets. Like they weren't able to finish the job, even though they were given opportunities to finish the job. And I don't know which piece you gotta maneuver to get guys who can execute when games are on the log, but they're clearly missing this extra little thing that'll let you hang with top teams in the Hurricanes.
Yeah.
It's not blow it up, but we got to move some things because we've learned some lessons about some of these players.
I think
is the missing piece time?
Well, and this is the thing. Is it time? Is it health? And maybe it's like Lena started training camp this year with saying, I'm doing a terrible job and this is bad. And that is not a great way to start training camp. And so you get off on that foot, and maybe he was clearly feeling that way about it. I'm not criticizing that. But if you've got the opportunity now, if you let the emotions calm a little bit. If you're healthy and the team is more consistent going into the Olympic break, you get a far more favorable matchup. Like the Carolina Hurricanes, as their fans love to tell us, and they're right, are fucking brutal. They're a brutal matchup to get, and that's a 1-8. Or was it a 1-7? No, it was 1-8. That's 1-8.
Yeah.
So if, let's say Ottawa's in, I don't know, Montreal, maybe Ottawa's playing Buffalo.
That'd be a dog fight.
Right?
Yeah.
Boston.
Buffalo.
Yeah,
I was thinking Montreal.
Yeah, maybe Ottawa.
Buffalo would be a better matchup for them.
I think it would be too.
You have the Hurricanes who they've won a round for what is it, 8 straight years?
8 straight years.
That's crazy. And then there's Buffalo who hasn't been there for 14.
Exactly. And you would have the experience from last year. You
Yes.
know, at least you would have that edge.
You'd be going in as the
You'd be the
you would
vet.
have the edge. That's crazy.
Like,
And so you get, and they were maybe 2 wins away from that. Maybe 4 overtime losses away from that. We're talking about like a couple of points here and there. So I think Jesse, you're right. Now, there are people out there saying, well, Brady's going to get traded this summer. And I think it was Pagnotta that said something
he has
like
2 years left, by the way.
He has 2 years left. But listen, if he asks for a trade, that's one thing. And to me, it's like, well, then the obvious choice is trade him to St. Louis where he grew up and go get Robert Thomas. But the other thing I think with the Sens is like, I don't know that. Why would Brady want to leave in this sense? Like, can we look at it from that perspective for a second? I know he's an American. I know that Matthew's not a big proponent of Canada at the moment. He clearly makes that obvious. I don't know that Keith is either. But Brady's on a very good team. He is the captain. This is his squad. And if you get traded, you might be that guy again, but probably not. And you go to, let's say it is St. Louis or it's somebody else who's got something legitimate and huge to offer the Sens for a guy like Brady Tkachuk. What are the chances the acquiring team is as good as Ottawa? Mm-hmm. I think his best chance to win is in Ottawa.
And set up for the future. Dude, a left side forever of Sanderson, Shabbat, and Clevin. Clevin's a
dog. He's a monster.
That hit on Nikishin.
You know who their best defenseman in Game 4 was? It was Carter Yakimchuk.
Who's a young kid.
Just got thrown in there because of all the injuries. They're like, let's get some offense here. He was spectacular. He controlled everything on every power play opportunity they had. Now their power play couldn't execute, but he was at least moving the puck and doing some stuff that was nobody else was doing in those games.
So going forward, friggin' Sanderson, Shabbat, Clevin, Zub, Yakimchuk, and Spence, or an upgrade on Spence.
By the way, Spence
that's crazy.
Spence was just invited to play for Team Canada.
Like,
yeah,
that's such an enviable decor league wide.
Yeah, and there's a reason that 6 guys were out and they were able to win a game.
Yeah.
You know, they're very deep on D.
So
they have all their first for the next 3 years.
That's what I'm looking at too.
Oh, there you go.
Well, no, you can do it.
Well, they have all their first. Drew just counted me in. Like 5, 4, 3, except he did it in French. And he, by his own admission, wrecked it. Okay, Drew, I assume you know how to count to like at least 10 in Italian, right? You don't? Oh. Your mom's not proud of that? Yeah. She never like forced you to go to like Italian school on Sundays or anything? Oh, I did a full school year of that, and I did not excel. Oh, no. Should I even say that part? Drew doesn't know Italian. No, I mean, neither do I, but at least uno, due, tre. Anyway, what I was going to say is knowing how to count to 10 in French, Italian, and Spanish screws me up because it's like same, but different. You know what I mean? Are those the only languages I can do it in? I think so. No, I can't do it in sign like 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I don't know. No, I don't actually know. There's Ich ni san chi, which is Japanese, but like I can't do it up to 10. I used to know thank you in 30 languages. Because I would keep a note in my phone and I would read it out on the Zoomobile tour at the end of every tour. And tourists, you got to say one word. And they go, and they like turn around and look at you. This one lady, this was really cute. And very Mediterranean. Actually, does this count as Mediterranean? Anyway, it was very of this culture. This Portuguese grandmother, this family, they like after the tour, they're like, here, talk to her grandma. She wants to talk to you. You are Portuguese? No. And she wouldn't accept it. No. She wouldn't accept it. She liked me. And the reason she liked me had to be that I was Portuguese. Had to be. She couldn't accept anything else. Does Max the dog get his start next season? This summer, I'm going to work on him catching treats. And we'll see if he gets ready. Sometimes you got to just throw the rookie in there and see if they're ready. Zoo story on the stream. Oh, I got a million. Got a million. The Xbox 360 came out before Ivan Demidov was born. Okay, ban him. Why do you make me feel old? Who scores the next goal? Okay, hot take. No one. Inside JC says Buongiorno. And you have to pronounce it like that. Kachuk for Thomas over my cold, dead Blues hands, says Linda. So you'd rather have Robert Thomas? I mean, the center, right? How many languages can you say F you in? Only 2. Yeah, English, Italian. I don't know how to say it in French. No, that's not FU though. Antonio Margaretti. There's someone who gets it. Buongiorno. There's someone who gets it. You surprised to see that movie? Oh, yeah, it's true. I don't really see movies. That's true. I don't. I really do need to start watching stuff. Puck is dropped in le deuxième période. Tampa, Montreal. Brendan Hagel. Into the slot for point. Can't get a handle on it. Here comes Demidov. Slav. Demidov. What's going on here? Slav, Demidov. Dano, and there's a line change. I do know Kalis, but I don't think that's FU though. Future Habs Tusi, Brady Kachuk. A joke, I hope. Oh dear. Hudson. It's into the corner. Suzuki back to Anderson. So it's Suzuki, Anderson, and Caulfield. Got a bit of juggling going on from Marty St. Louis. Here comes McDonough. Oh, great stick by Hudson to just slow Tampa up a bit. Cirelli. Gensel. In front! McDonough can't get that. Cernak is blocked. That's behind the net. And that goes out of play. And Tampa's asking if this is a penalty here. And I believe it would go against Hudson if it is. So a double penalty. No, it's just yeah. So Hudson threw the puck out of play, but he did it with a broken stick. Oh, and he knew it was broken too. You know what? Hudson's fortunate to only get 2 here. He is fortunate. He knew that stick was broken. Oh boy. Not great for Montreal. And this is why you're not seeing the least bit of protest out of Marty St. Louis. He got away with one. I'm surprised. Put the camera on Cooper. Oh, he is complaining to the refs? I hate to say it. He's right. Gensel going to take the draw here on the left side for the Tampa power play. Loses that draw. Who's leading the Penguins in playoff goals? Knowing that, it's going to be someone weird. Raquel. Chris what? How many's he got? 2? Hagel. Oh my God. He literally has 2. Okay. Well, one of the few people ahead of Evan Bouchard in all-time playoff scoring by defenseman. Evans gets out of the zone. And Habs are well offside. Diane. Merci beaucoup for the 5 SDPN gift memberships. Flubbed entry by Tampa. They get out. And halfway through here, Montreal doing a very good job on this kill. Gooley up the ice. Dano right back. Montreal ragging the puck here. Matheson all the way down the ice. And there's a solid 15 seconds killed right there. Vasilevsky. Anderson's trying to say, hey, man, he slashed my stick out of my hand. Go straight to the bench. Here comes Dominic James. Oh, I don't know if he did that on purpose or not. He flubbed the pass, but it got him an easy zone entry. But Montreal gets out of it. 30 seconds to go on this very early power play for Tampa. 25 seconds now. Francois Lebel, there's no FU in Quebecois. In France, it's, I'm not saying it, just in case. James around. Oh, boy. Oh, a turnover from Carrier. Up to Moser. Only seconds remaining. Moser on, blocked. Evans loses his stick. Penalty is done, but Tampa still has it. Booted away. And great skating from Hudson. Gains the zone. He has help. Throws it into the slot. Rebound. Oh, Vasilevsky, what a save. Hudson had Newhook with him. Oh, baby. So that was a 2-minute gift of a power play for Tampa, or rather, the gift might have been that it wasn't 4 for Montreal. What crazy edges from Hudson. Oh, and he just, little boy to Cirelli. Get out of here. Is that what you were talking about, Drew? Little boy. That's Anthony Cirelli. TJ Oshie on the ESPN broadcast said we look sloppy, says Just Jimmy. Is it the Habs or the Lightning? You might be right either way. Bulldog, down low. Oh, big hit there. Dach has a stick. Montreal. Dach dumps it. Bulldog's going to go after it. Vasilevsky out of his net to play it. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Bulldog chasing Lilleberg. Lilleberg gains the zone. Goes after it himself. Gourde. Oh, they sandwich Struble there. Jack-Eye. Tampa. Oh, Dobish. Good poke check. In front for Crozier. Stop by Dobish. There's a rebound. Where's the puck? And he covers it up as the Lightning crash the net. You wouldn't believe this, but there's a bit of a brouhaha after the whistle. Crozier without a helmet. There's a few guys who look rather upset. Real J-Bot says hard to cheer for the Habs, but loves Saint Louis. What happened here? Yeah, I've been saying this on the last couple podcasts. Oh, Jack-Eye. So Jack-Eye gets roughing here. So what Drew's asking is, how do the Habs get the only penalty? He deserves to be in the box. He does. That was silly. The only guy to me is wrong. I mean, really all he does is he takes Crozier out of the pile. Yeah, and Crozier's giving him the thumbs up. So what I've been saying on the podcast the last couple shows, I think the Habs have been playing pretty well, but that Jack-Eye Struble pair is drowning out there. And their ice time reflects it. Kucherov. Oh, he gives up a breakaway. Evans. He's got Radish on him. Evans. Stop by Vasilevsky. Radish. Oh, Evans wants a quick change. He'll get it. Now here comes Tampa. Is this going to turn into a derby? Point. Radish. Kucherov. Radish. Hagel. 30 seconds gone here. Hagel. He flubbed on the puck. I don't know if that was on purpose. Radish. Kucherov. Tampa taking the long route to set this up. Kucherov shot. That doesn't make its way through. Or Dobish might have got a blocker on it. Shot from distance from Kucherov into the glove of Dobish. 1:10 to go on this Tampa power play. They're now out shooting Montreal 12-8. Boy, like I know he's getting his power play cookies. Nikita Kucherov at 5-on-5. Although this isn't 5-on-5 right now. Like Kucherov has been nowhere near the dominant force that he was in the regular season. A lot of Lightning players have been less effective than I would have imagined. Cirelli just took that draw. I'd probably throw him into that group, honestly. Anderson, he wants a break. Almost got it, but not quite. Oh boy, and now it's a bit of a 5-on-3 here. Kucherov, again, just can't receive the pass. Gensel. Anderson a little overzealous. Tampa moving it around really well. Here we go. Oh, into the slot. Out of the reach of point. Down low. Kucherov tries to roof it, and that goes out of play. 37 seconds to go on this Tampa power play. Yeah, well, Tampa trying to be too pretty, but that outdoor guy who makes the outdoor YouTube videos in Alaska, what's his name? The Outdoor Boys. Slow is fast, fast is slow, he says. That play, Josh Anderson was the perfect example of that. He was going way too fast twice, and it resulted in not great things for Tampa, or rather for Montreal. Need a little more control there. Montreal wins that faceoff, gets it down the ice. 30 seconds to go on this power play. Radish. Point so fast. Gets the easy entry. Bjorkstrand. Different look here. Bjorkstrand, Radish. Again, like Kucherov flubs it. What's going on? He loads up, hands it to Radish. Stopped by Dobish. 5 seconds. Montreal gets rid of it. That'll probably do it here. Vasilevsky way out of his net to play it. And now here comes Point. Point taken out by Hudson. Oh, that's garbage. He gave Hudson a two-hander there. After high stick in his face, sure. But call the retaliation. They always call the retaliation. Hockey has so many like hard and fast rules that are never hard and fast rules. Dominic James has a 2-on-1. He shoots. He scores. Dominic James had Ryan McDonough on a 2-on-1. He said, I'll do it myself. 13-11 to go in the second. Tampa has tied this thing up. 1-1. Let's see how this developed. Oh, so it wasn't a high stick from Hudson. Oh, you know what? So Hudson kind of elbows Point. Point high sticks him. And then he gives him a nice two-hander. Play continues. Dominic James. And was that Gooley loses it? Dominic James snipes that perfectly. Glove side. Just Jimmy says, it's about time. Let's go, Jamie. Go Bolts, go. Dominic James has impressed me, man. First career playoff goal for Dominic James. Habs won, refs won. 2 penalties should have been called, says Power Pat. Shots now 15-9 for Tampa. Hudson out there. Gonsalves and Gord both getting their first points of the series as well. Dach, what a move! Oh, what a goal! What a goal! Le tir et le but! Kirby Dach! Oh, Habs answer right back! Ma parole! Power move to the net, loses it, gets it right back, and pots it. Past Vasilevsky, 2-1 Montreal. They get that lead right back. Oh, he gets right around Gonçalves. Kicks it right back to himself. What a goal by Kirby Dach, and what a series he is having after a tough start in game one. Wow. That's some prime Josh Anderson stuff. Francois Labelle gifted 5 STPN memberships. Merci beaucoup. Now here comes Suzuki. Oh, Tampa looking shaky here. Anderson on. That's swatted aside by Vasilevsky. Anderson laying the body. Oh, I think the Habs are onside there. Caulfield all around. Kirby, buddy. Ew, Cicedine Magic. James looks so good for us. I love that kid. Right back in it, baby. Giggling Cat, who is a Florida Panthers fan, is just all on board. All on board. The doctor has given the Habs a goal pill. The chat is lit. There is no tied game in. I don't know what that means, so I'm not going to say it just in case. You can't keep the Habs down even against the refs, says Francois Labelle. Hey! Want to win a Tampa Bay Lightning 47 Blue Superior Lacer hoodie? Link in the description. Contest closes at the end of second intermission. It's the second period right now. It's at the end of second intermission. I'll announce the winner during the third. Ah, there you go. I'll just read off. There you go. There you go. We got some great prizes. We do. We got some more at the office today. I was like, ooh, we should give these to people. And Jesse said, no. And I said, why not? And he said, because we're going to give these away in the second round. And I said, oh, Jesse Blake, he knows what he's doing. There's the link in the chat. Get in there. Colt, with the usage of, not to make this about the Leafs, line by you and Pods over the last couple months, we need merch. Go Bees. So I can't use the word Leafs, though. Not to make this about Toronto is interesting. Kirby Dach. Kirby Dach, drafted 3rd overall in 2019. It's crazy he's only 25. Traded from the Blackhawks to Montreal for a first-round pick in 2022. That turned into Frank Nazar and a third-round pick, Gavin Hayes. Gavin Hayes has been fine in the AHL. Frank Nazar is pretty good. But Dach, I believe that's 3 points in 5 games here after a 15-point regular season full of injuries. This has to feel good for him. Texier. Anderson is all over this lineup. Oh, sorry, that's Dach. 70-something. Right-handed. Or 7-something. Shut up. You know what I meant. Carrier fighting for it. Oh, Tampa gets a step. Here they come. Sorelli. Oh, good move. Shot. That misses wide. Oh, Hagel. Hagel fanned on it. Ends up getting the shot off, but Dobish stops it. And my prediction of a 1-0 game is dead. Can't believe you never watched The Last Airbender. I know. It seems like exactly the kind of thing I would watch. And I just haven't. Stay hydrated. It's important. Habs win that draw on their own end. Matheson up. Can't clear. Oh, almost a nice pass there from Demidov. That's a nice pass from Demidov. Matheson loses it. Habs D is activating offensively, but they're doing it in a bit of a precarious way. Oh, that's off the outside of the post. Tampa. Gonçalves. I'm not saying to let your foot off the gas. We're not even halfway through regulation. That's a stop from Dobish. But there have been a number of times in the second period, especially over the last few minutes, where the Habs D have gotten caught in the offensive zone. Tampa has turned it around with speed and generated offense off of it. That's something St. Louis is going to want to clean up a little bit. Matherman, remember noted Montreal bust Scott Gomez? I do. I'm old enough to remember watching him win Rookie of the Year. That hurts my feelings. Montreal wins that D-zone draw. Here's Lane Hudson up the ice. This is a partial 3-on-2 for Montreal. Shot! Stopped by Vasilevsky. Not many of those are going to go in. Not from that distance. Gallagher on Lilleberg. Habs hold the zone. Gallagher's got to catch up to this. You definitely see him being slow on pucks. Perry, great move. That's behind the net now. Jackeye, good use of the body there. Up the ice goes Montreal. Vasilevsky plays that away. Gallagher. Dano chasing after it. First intermission, by the way, Philly-Pittsburgh is tied. Montreal swings that into the Tampa zone. Suzuki waiting for reinforcements as he's double teamed by Crozier and Sorelli. Anderson in there to help out. It's got Caulfield. Gooley plays it to Hudson, can't handle the pass. Suzuki loses his stick. Anderson. Shot from Gooley, and that goes out of play. Daniel D. Funny how Dach can deal with pressure even more intense than in Toronto. I denounced the behavior from said fans. This is Daniel D. And still score in the playoffs. I think all that pressure stuff is just trash. Like, all of you would spontaneously combust playing in nearly any other sport. Soccer in basically any country but North America. NFL. NBA. Being a star in the NBA. Canadian media. Like, every time that gets brought up around my father-in-law, who is a Scotsman from Aberdeen, cheers for Liverpool, he just laughs. Apparently, there was a pretty nasty play in the Pittsburgh-Philly game. Porter Martone and Blake Lizotte. You speared him? Let's see. So Tippett kind of dumps Lizotte into, is that Skinner? No, Seelov, sorry. Where's the spear? Oh, that was a decent one. Did he get 5? There was intent behind that? Yeah, you think? Spearing happens a lot and is called not a lot. No penalty on the play? Sick league. It's just a really good league. Sean Shanley. Know why the Penguins are still playing, Steve? Because Dan Vladar keeps forgetting the golden rule. If you're a goaltender, tend the goal! It is true. My grandmother was a Scottish woman from Edinburgh. Edinburgh is one of my favorite cities in the entire planet. It's just so damn pretty. Habs win the ozone draw on. Vasilevsky stops that, turns it aside, but the puck is still loose. Tampa, with a little finesse there, get out of their zone. Cirelli is having a much better game. Oh! That shot from Cernak was deflected and wide. Up the ice, out of the reach of Anderson. Oh, Vasilevsky covers it up, but he got snowed by Anderson. Are the refs going to call this? This is interesting. Adam, I am streaming. Yeah, oh boy, that was a lot of snow from Anderson. He'd be fortunate to avoid a penalty here, honestly. They call that. They're not calling it. As Craig Simpson's pointing out here, the ref just picked his nose. You see that? As Craig Simpson just pointed out, the Cirelli line cannot change. Denise Campbell, great taste. Go Reds. My son has like a Liverpool book that teaches you all the all the songs. Campione, we're Liverpool, Liverpool. Anyway, off the glass and out. We love you, Liverpool. We do. We love you, Liverpool. We do. We love you, Liverpool. We do. Oh, Liverpool, we love you. Every night. It's just the nicest, prettiest version of all these just curse-filled rants. Tampa wins that draw in their own end. They've had a difficult time in the faceoff circle tonight, but they win that one. Carrier, that's got to be offside, and it is. 9:15 to go in the second. The Geek McGeek. Hey, Steve, just wanted to acknowledge your donations to the OSPCA. Lost my girl pup in January, but took inspiration from you and donated to our local OSPCA in her honor. Thanks for what you do. Thank you. I'm sorry about your pup, but I will say, since the end of the Leaf season, I have been in touch with the Ontario SPCA. We're talking. Sedin Magic. Steve, you know better. We're late in the series. Everything is legal now. It's true. It's true. I even said it earlier. Except for grabbing guys after the whistle like Jack Eye. It's just not a very good product. It is what it is. But we love it. Moser. Cross ice. Radish, nice move. On. Stop by Dobish. I think that might have hit him in the mask. Puck is still alive. Point. Good move on Carrier. Carrier doing his best to stay with him. Spins, fires into the slot. Doesn't hit anything. And Texia gets rid of it. Will it be enough for icing? It will not. That's a good clear. It's all nice until Manchester fans enter the room, says Austin Walker. See, I'm scared of Chelsea because my brother-in-law is a Chelsea fan. Does this mean you might be adopting a new victory puppy? We just got a new victory puppy. Let's chill. But I'm happy to help you adopt one. And that'll be icing against Montreal. Oh, late hit there from Slav. Refs are eventually going to get sick of this. You got to be careful. How is Mr. Maximus Paparilius? He's good. He's still taking dumps in the house, but I was about to say fewer and fewer, but that would be a lie. We're doing our best. People are asking Jesse to do another round 1 stream. And I just got to tell you, the group chat is a buzz. We're trying to figure it out. Jack Eye going at Dominic James off the face-off. Be careful, Arbor. Dominic James on the draw for Tampa. Can he win this one? He cannot. Habs really, really dominating the face-off circle. Dumped into the Tampa zone. 7:45 to go in the second. Shots 20-13 for Tampa. 20 shots by this point in the game in this series is a lot. Montreal's 13 is probably closer to what the average has been. And yet, it's Montreal who leads 2-1. Slavkovsky battling along the half wall. Habs hold the zone for a moment. But that's it. Oh, nope, that's it. Here's Dominic James one-on-one against Jack Eye. Turns it over. Demidov. He manages to get it out, but not cleanly. Tampa. Gonsalves takes out Jack Eye. Demidov with it in his own end again. Hands it off and dumped all the way down the ice. And don't forget those who meow too, says Denise. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's not like I was like, hey, help out the OSPCA, but only dogs. Help out all animals. Carrier holds the blue line, only just. Gallagher handling it behind the Lightning net. To the point. Shot from Matheson. That gets through, and Vasilevsky stops it. Gallagher takes out his man. Gallagher's in front! And he pokes at Vasilevsky after the whistle, and Tampa, believe it or not, doesn't care for that tomfoolery. 6:22 to go in the second. And Gallagher, the loosest helmet in the NHL. Drew, you ever notice that? His helmet comes off every time. Was that? It doesn't fit his head. Also, Brendan, it's time, brother. It's time. It's time, brother. Let go. It's time. It's time. Completely unrelated, but one of the funniest subreddits is r/bald. It's just guys going, should I? And the whole comment section going, yes. And then they go bald, and everyone's like, you look great, brother. It's awesome. Tampa dumps it. Dobish stops that from going around. Hudson up the boards to Anderson, who can't get it around Moser. So Tampa keeping the pressure on here. Big battle in there. Cirelli, this is as effective as I've seen him all series. Boy, Montreal really making Tampa work for it, though. Cirelli around. Is Caulfield going to get there first? No. Chopped way into the air, but not out of play. Suzuki. Oh, what an effort. Suzuki plays it back. Tampa getting a partial change in there. That's deflected into the Tampa zone. Radish and Suzuki in there. Moser. Oh boy, Jack Eye misplays it. Dobish around to Struble. Bolduc. Jack Eye. Stolen by Geeky. Jack Eye in his own end is shocking. I do have to say it. That's stopped by Dobish, but there's a rebound. Bolduc. That's deflected away from Suzuki. Suzuki has been out there an eternity. Texier. Great work there in the Tampa end. Are you concerned that Pelly is getting sucked in by snake oil salesmen? Yes. 4:35 to go in the second. Habs. Evans. On! Oh, baby. That had a chance to go in. Hudson again. Where are you going? Just way too deep. Bjorkstrand nearly takes Gooley into the boards. Or into the bench, sorry. That's icing against Tampa. Francois Lebel, Max the Habs victory puppy. No, he's not. Is pooping all over the Leafs fan house. That checks out. You know what? He hasn't pooped in the blue room. I will give him that. Oh, did I miss one? I'm sorry. Do you have 6'7" Pacioretty on the wall? Yes. Right there. Face off in the Tampa zone. Habs come up with that. They've been owning the dot. Hudson puts that over the net. Suzuki. Hudson. Oh, stops up. On. That doesn't make its way through. Vasilevsky does not look right at all, eh? His movements are not familiar. James. Oh! Bjorkstrand loses the handle. Oh, he was in all alone. Hudson. Cross ice for Caulfield. Caulfield in deep for Suzuki. Suzuki. Caulfield in to help him. Slav. Stopped by Vasilevsky. Caulfield lays the body. Oh, turnover. Forced by Slafkovsky. Habs keeping it alive as they get a partial change in. That's Danault out there now. Deflected. That goes wide. Carrier bats it into the corner. This is good pressure from Montreal here with 3:15 to go in the second. Danault back to Carrier. Carrier. Shot. That's deflected up high. It's behind the net now. Danault. Back to Matheson. Cross ice shot. That's stopped by Vasilevsky. Danault's doing a great job here on this shift. Matheson. Stolen. And gotten rid of. Montreal gains the zone, though. Matheson on. That misses the net. And now here comes Gensel. This is a full-blown 2-on-1. Gensel has Bjorkstrand. Gensel scores on his own. Jake Gensel. 2:37 to go in the second. And Tampa's 22nd shot makes it 2-2 here as they tie it 1-on-1 against Dobish once again. I keep telling you. Montreal's D have been getting way too fresh here in the second period. Matheson, he creeps in, but if you miss that shot, you're boned. Sure enough, boned. Bjorkstrand, huge celly. Didn't even have to touch the puck. 2:37 to go in the second. Oh! Is that offside? I think they're going to call that offside. If the Raptors go deep, you guys going to stream it? Maybe. Giggling Cat says, boo. We got a commercial break here. Steve, hey, Talon's here. Been a while. Hey, Steve, it's been a while since your facial hygiene failed. How many penalty minutes have you racked up so far for roughage? I got to tell you a story. So at Canada Reads, when I did that show with CBC, I got hair and makeup done, which makes me feel very fancy whenever I get my hair and makeup done. And when I was getting my hair done, people who do makeup and hair will just comment on you. And there's a way to do it and there's a way to not do it. So I'm going to explain the way to do it and the way to not do it. At CBC, they're like, I like what you got going on. Are you ever going to dye it? Not diet, like D-I-E-T. Like, are you ever going to dye your hair? And I said, no, I'm just going to leave it. They're like, yeah, no, I like it. I like it. So they're acknowledging that I'm going gray in the face, hair, all of it. They are acknowledging that I'm going gray, but they're saying that they like it. Okay, great. One time at Sportsnet, someone who did my makeup once and then never again, because I was a guest on a show and they were assigned to that show and I was never on it. I have my eyes closed because they're putting some makeup on my eyelids, and they go, "You could get that removed, you know." And I just go, "What?" The mole on my eyelid. This person knew me for like a minute, and they're like, "Have you ever considered removing that growth from your face?" And I just go, "No." And that was, I think, the end of our conversation. What kind of thing is that to say to a person? You stink. I had people do my makeup regularly, like when I was on ice surfing. They were lovely. They were nice. Liked them very much. They never said, "Hey, are you getting minor surgery done on your face to remove that thing that makes me kind of go yuck?" Screw you, dude. What's your problem? Francois Labelle says Poopington. That's okay. We'll get it right back. Right? Choo choo. Just Jimmy says Jake is baking. This is a game somehow. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Tampa just looks sloppy. I think there's plenty of that to go around, Jimmy. Young team is suffocating us. .203 to go in the second. Face-off just outside Tampa zone. Montreal wins the face-off. Take a drink. Demidov, hard around. Evans gets it to Hudson. Hudson on from distance. That's deflected wide. This looks like Evans, Slavkovsky, Demidov. But St. Louis has had the blender out. Slav! Evans! Shot! Rebound! Demidov! Oh, covered up by Vasilevsky by the skin of his teeth there. 1:39 to go in the second. Colt 289. My doctor told me, did you know your chest is uneven? There's a lot of things that could mean. And I tell you what, I'm more open to getting a comment like that from a medical professional than I am from a makeup artist I just met. Like, why would you say that to me? So like that doll I have, the doll of me holding Iggy, that doll has moles and freckles. And I didn't ask for that. They just did that. And I was like, like it meant something to me. I loved it. I loved that they did that. You know? Anyway, 1:22 to go in the second. Up the ice. Suzuki into the corner. Cernak first on it. Demidov overskates it. Slavkovsky intercepts that in the neutral zone. He flips it in. Suzuki's going to skate after that. So this is Slavkovsky, Suzuki, and Demidov. Puck finds its way down the ice. Montreal in the neutral zone. Slavkovsky. Cross ice. This is the most effective game he's had in a few. Deno. Under a minute to go here. Gallagher messing up in front of the net. Carrier on! And that finds its way into the neutral zone. Matheson sends it back. Habs have to re-rack. Gallagher's first one in there. Oh, miscommunication. Gallagher steals off the back of Vasilevsky. Oh, Deno almost scores. Wow. Gallagher almost had his second. And now here comes Tampa. It's Bjorkstrand. He's been effective tonight. That's behind the Montreal net. Big battle. Bjorkstrand around for Lilleberg. On. That's into the corner. 7 seconds to go. Montreal can't get out of their zone. Gallagher fighting for it. In the neutral zone. Clock winds down. And guess what, Drew? Guess what, buddy? You're not going to believe this, buddy. You're not going to believe this. We're tied after 40. There was something happening behind the play there. Crozier has been mixing it up with everybody tonight. Inside JC, I have a mole on my pen 15, and I'm proud. Proud of you. Steve, Anderson on the first, Slaff on the second was the starting lineup to mix things up, not mid-game changes. Thanks for the stream. I feel like they've gone to different combinations, though. Yeah, okay, Drew, I'm not hallucinating here. Yeah. Wow. Montreal with 2 leads in this game. And Tampa said you can't bring them with you. Ridic, they had the lead, and then they didn't have the lead, and then they had the lead, and then they didn't have the lead. Hey! Want to win a Tampa Bay Lightning 47 blue Superior Lacer hoodie? I bet you do. Well, the link is in the description. The link is also in the chat, but it's also in the description, but it's also in the chat, but it's also in the description. Contest closes at the end of second intermission, and it's currently second intermission. I'll announce the winner during the third, but if you want to win a Tampa Bay Lightning 47 blue Superior Lacer hoodie, link in the description, you silly geese. And a friend of mine who's a Habs fan named Robert text me. Serious question. Have the refs missed 5 calls on Tampa Bay, or is it us? I love watching other fan bases learn what it's like to play Tampa. I do. It's fun. Drew. Oh, yeah. The Carolina Hurricanes beat the Ottawa Senators. They have advanced. So let's talk about them. But first, Chloe says, I want Matheson off my effing team. I know a lot of Habs fans don't like him. I've actually really liked his game in this series, but that was not great. Not great for Matheson at all. Let's talk about the team that eliminated the team that no one in this chat likes, the Ottawa Senators. Let's talk about the Carolina Hurricanes. We'll be right back. Click like, click subscribe, and click the link in the description, you silly goose.
Let's talk about the Canes first.
That's where I ended the stream, where it was, well, when the game ended, that's what I want to talk immediately after the Sens were eliminated. I didn't think it was necessary to do Sens offseason, Sens what went wrong here talk. It's let's praise the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference for playing their hockey for 4 straight games. And when you look at the 1-8 matchup, this is kind of how you're supposed to take care of business. We talk so much differently about the Avalanche and Kings series, where the Avalanche are just doing what they're supposed to. We should talk about the Canes in the same way.
We should.
They've run through the regular season every single year. It's just so consistent. And then they get to the playoffs, and these rounds 1 and 2 are always easy for them. And eventually we should start just being like, the Canes are one of these top dogs, and that, okay, we all look down on them because they can't get over that hump of the Eastern Conference final. But in these first 2 rounds, it shouldn't be a surprise that they were able to win on the shot counter. The low scoring games, none of these games were 7-6, but it never felt that they were out of control. Mm-hmm. I called the 1-0 goal, because it happened in the second period, a dagger for the Sens, because it was. There's no chance that they were coming back from a 1-0 lead, and then they tied it, and then the Canes put up another goal on the board. I was like, yep, that's it.
Yeah.
The Ottawa Senators never held a lead in this series.
That's correct. First time, I think, since 2009.
Really? Yeah. That's insane.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So, the Canes executed their game plan perfectly. And it wasn't like they dominated offensively. They just needed the little amount to get going that they did. And it all started and ended with the Stankoven, Hall, Blake line.
Yep.
That just controlled everything they wanted to for the Senators. Stankoven scored what is it, like 3 of the 6 goals they scored all series for the Canes? Like, he's been on everything.
He's been a crazy
4 or 5. Drew, I don't know what his friend bet, but before the series, there were insane odds for Stankoven to be the best or the top goal scorer in the series. I want to say it was something stupid like 300 to 1. And Drew's buddy was like, isn't he on the top line of the Hurricanes? And he won $4,500.
Wow.
On Stankoven being the top goal scorer of the series. Let me just look. It's either 4 or 5. 4. He had 4 goals in 4 games, which I don't even know if his buddy would have predicted that. Didn't I talk about how Stankoven's a good playoff performer?
You did.
Well.
You did. I want to say this to all the Canes fans that listen to this show, and there are a lot. I fully copped to the fact that I had Sens in 7. I fully copped to the fact that I
don't
doubted.
remember that.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Oh, yeah, I had Sens. Adam and I had the Sens.
What?
Series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I thought the Sens, because I always like picking a hot hand team.
Yeah.
So I picked Buffalo and Ottawa because they were both hot going into the playoffs. Buffalo seemed to be a good pick. Yeah, hot hand teams can always upset like favorites, right? Sure. That's why I was kind of thinking that. And isn't it funny that the Ducks are now on the verge of upsetting the Oilers and they couldn't have been colder going into the playoffs?
No, they couldn't have been.
But yeah, I listen, I've always respected the Canes' talent. But for me, I thought Ottawa had, first off, they have a Tkachuk, which is always an Achilles heel for the Hurricanes in the playoffs. Second, they are a more physical team than the Canes are, or at least I expected them to be. I expected them to be an Achilles heel matchup because they would know from watching the Panthers, you got to be physical with them all the time. And if you saw in Game 4, when it got physical, it benefited Ottawa. Had Ottawa had a good power play, they would have taken advantage and won the game. And that's the thing. Like every time
3 5-on-3s?
Yeah. Like I don't know how you if you don't score, you're not going to win that.
In 4 games. Like that's
in the playoffs?
A gift.
Yeah.
It's a gift.
And not only did they not score on those power plays, they looked brutal.
Of all the ways the Sens could have lost this series, I wouldn't have guessed they just didn't score.
Yeah, and so that's why I want to keep Canes for a sec.
Yeah.
Because I want to apologize to Canes fans for being a doubting Thomas or a doubting Adam in this particular case.
Did I have the Hurricane?
No, you have
No,
the
you had
Hurricanes.
Steve.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Adam and I were on Sens. Yeah.
I also think, because the league's gotten bigger and faster. We talked that a little bit earlier in the show. Guy like Logan Stankoven, I'm like, well, there still could be some guys, right? Could you not still find some guys that are 5'8" who can do it?
No,
they can hack it.
It's bigger, faster, but like the best teams just have dogs. Logan Stankoven.
Yeah, Logan Stankoven doesn't play to his size. Like,
No.
that's a guy who's all over the ice and like he's in front of the net when he needs to be. He's going on both ends really, and he's a really great goal scorer. Like they're gonna have no problem winning with Stankoven playing on that second line there. Like they're so good in that forward group because they're deep. The biggest complaint about is they don't have stars. What if we just can roll 4 lines and not be worried about who we're putting out there?
And they win Game 4 without Ehlers.
Yeah, and
I know Sens didn't have Sanderson, but
I think if that game is in the Stanley Cup final, Nick Ehlers is in that lineup.
I think you're probably.
I think it's a little bit of gamesmanship by the front office and Rod Brind'Amour trying to give Ehlers an extra day off, a couple of days off really, heading into the second round, and they knew that they could take care of business without him. And he's such an important piece of their power play, and they were fine.
Yeah,
And then you go to their D core, Jacob Slavin, most underrated player in the NHL because all he does is play great defense. He had a breakaway, and it was Mr. Stonehands Slavin on the breakaway. But it's not his job.
No, it isn't.
His job is like great.
No, the stone hands work when you're on defense.
Yeah, and he's so good on D.
There's no player in the league I can think of whose fantasy worth is farther apart from his actual worth.
0 counting stats.
Right.
None. Does he score? No. Does he assist? No. Does he block? Weirdly, no. Does he hit? Weirdly, no. Does he shoot? Also, no. Is he out there half an hour a night? You bet your balls. And
what's he doing?
He's all sorts.
He's in perfect position. And the reason he's allowed to do that is because a guy like Gostisbehere on their third pairing Every time he touches the puck, he's dancing with it at the line.
Yeah.
And they have guys like that who can do that other things. And Jalen Chatfield's got a good little shot there and is able to handle some of that offensive capabilities on his line with Slavin. And then if Adam, you want to take over this, one of the best players in the entire series, Frederik Andersen.
Yeah, I'm gonna still hold my fire on that.
Okay.
I know he made some spectacular saves, and I'm great for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that in that Carolina Hurricane system, Connor Ingram starts every game, or Tristan Jarry succeeds and flourishes. And I'm not saying Freddie Andersen wasn't spectacular, but what I am saying is his workload is severely diminished by a spectacular team defense. And he has had to make saves that were spectacular, and I will not take that away. But I've seen Freddie in higher leverage games than that, and I've seen what happens. And so until he does it, I will continue to be like, I've got questions there. But I cannot deny he was spectacular in this series.
The Hurricanes gave up 4 5-on-5 goals all series long. That's in 4 games.
That's not a goalie. That's not team defense.
That's not just on goaltending. Yeah. That is a team as a whole playing cohesively. So I understand where you're coming from, where it's like, you got to win a couple rounds, stay healthy a little, Freddie.
Yeah, don't be a Band-Aid.
I'm going to just jump back on your bandwagon.
I mean, we watched the Hurricanes 6 years ago now. Can't believe it's 6 years ago. Allow 7 shots against a random man.
Yes. Yeah, I think you brought it up last episode, or we were about to bring it up last episode.
Literally, here's Dave.
Yeah.
Straight up, here's Dave.
You can literally bring a man out from under the concourse, sitting on a Zamboni. You can bring him out onto the ice to play hockey, and the team is so good that they're going to win the game.
Wearing Toronto Marlies equipment.
Can we just for a second talk about how defining a moment that was? It was just a couple weeks before COVID really hit for both franchises.
Yes.
The Leafs never recovered from that.
No.
And still haven't.
There's
the
a few
Canes
things they've
have never stopped being that.
No.
That's their brand.
What if we just didn't allow shots?
It's amazing.
I think we should try that. I think that'd be really good.
That's a team with a direction.
It'd be really good if we did that. Sorry, I want to justify what I said about Slavin being the master of nothing. So in the NHL Fantasy Stars app, he is ranked 397th.
He's not even you don't even want him on your team. He's useless.
No, I went to look through my roster and I sold the card.
Oh yeah.
There are several Hurricanes I would put in the lineup ahead of him.
Nobody is buying it off of you too.
No.
You want to quick sell it.
Yes. For 40 coins. I would rather have the 40 coins instead of the 1,200 that I'm not going to be able to sell them for. In 43 games this season, between regular season and playoffs, 1 goal, 7 assists, 67 shots. Please guess how many hits this man has.
I think you're about to say 9. So
shit.
You started going,
yeah, but I could have said 90.
No.
And that would still be less than I would have guessed.
Right.
9! He has 9 hits! This is man Nicholas Lidstrom and blocks.
If there was an advanced stats playoff pool, though, he'd be at the top.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Somebody should make that.
I'm gonna bet on a violent amount of nothing happening.
You know what? The New York Times makes a ton of their money off their games, right? Mm-hmm. Like their crosswords and their word games and all that stuff. What Dom Lucian needs to do is he needs to make up the advanced stats playoff pool. For the New York Times. You know that would do numbers.
Let's have it.
Yeah.
Oh, it would do numbers all right. 63 blocks.
That's a great stat.
His counting
63
stats
blocks is crazy.
Are stick checks must be completely through the roof.
Outrageous.
Oh, man. Oh, he got another rub out. Add that to the list. His value is fantasy value. Fantasy is actually a great way to learn about the league. Not about a guy like that.
No. Yeah, if you didn't know anything about hockey, really, but you got into hockey fantasy, you'd think that's one of the worst players alive.
What? Oh, this guy's in the Hurricanes roster? Sorry, he's on Team U. Choo! Steve Dangle here. on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell your friends. We need a poll in the chat. Do I wear the train conductor's hat in the third period? Because I wore it once. I believe it was game 2, and they lost. Is it bad luck? So the poll I want, should I wear the hat or not wear the hat? Let me just post third period. Third period. Score is 2-2. Jeremy said he's trying to get out of wearing the hat. No. Hey, can I point out something really funny, by the way, while we're waiting for this chat? There's an excerpt from an Athletic article. During his press conference after Treliving's dismissal late last month, Keith Pelly spoke about hockey observers he was leaning on for support. That group has included Ty Domi, Matt Sundin, and I believe it's Gary Roberts. It has also included others from Pelly's wider business network, including Todd Carroll, a former professional actor with a hockey background who met Pelly through Jay Monahan, the commissioner of the PGA Tour, and worked with him on Pelly's investment in the Birmingham City soccer team. So the reason I bring that up is this Todd Carroll guy has an elite prospects page. And if you go to his elite prospects page, he's been an assistant coach and a team manager and a head coach. And in 2013-14, I don't know what league this is. You know how John Chayka owns a bunch of Wendy's franchises? Todd Carroll in 2013-14 was head coach of the Wendy's Avalanche. That's true. He also coached a team called Team Doritos and the Arby's Avalanche. What the hell is going on? Hawk says, oh, wait, are you wearing your Larocque jersey? Yeah, everyone wanted me to wear a Montreal Canadiens jersey, and I'm wearing it. Gannon Larocque is on the Montreal Canadiens. I'm just doing what everyone wanted. Colt, thoughts on the Vezina nomination? Tell dumb Bruins fans Swayman is good, and the backbone of the Bruins and Tim Thomas is an anomaly and won't happen again. Yeah. I don't think people really understand how frigging good Tim Thomas was. And seasons like that, they just don't happen. And they definitely don't happen anymore. Like, save percentages are plummeting league-wide. Like, Tim Thomas, when did he win the Vezina? He won 2. So, in 2009 and in 2011. In 2009, in 54 games, he had a 933 save percentage. And in 57 games in 2011, he had a 938. In the 2009 playoffs, he had a 935. And in the 2011 playoffs, he had a 940. In a playoffs where the Bruins needed a game 7, not once, not twice, but thrice. He won them the cup. Third period, underway. Puck is dropped, and Tampa wins that draw. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. All aboard for the third period. Choo-choo! Montreal versus Tampa Bay. Uh-oh. They're playing levels. Da-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. That's how we know it's going to be a good period of hockey. No hat unless you're hat guy while wearing it. Listen, it's kind of a long time. You like my impression of Heke? I think it's pretty good. Ogdenville? I've been to Brockway, Ogdenville, and North Haverbrook, and by gum, it put them on the map. That guy's about to be the GM of the Leafs. Gloved by Dobish and held on to. Why are you rehashing bad memories for me? Because. Oh, right, Tim Thomas. Sorry. Tampa wins that draw again. They've cleaned up. Oh, Radish. Oh, off the bar. Rebound. How didn't that go in? Oh, my goodness. Anderson. He's going to beat out this icing here. Battling Radish. Anderson tries to throw it in front. No one's there. Hagel. And now here's Tampa trying to counterpunch. Montreal turns him back. Here comes Tampa again. It's Kucherov. He stops up. He's blocked. Moser, he's behind the Montreal net. Suzuki cleans him out. Caulfield's going to head up ice. But Suzuki plays it backward. Oh, what a start to this third period. Texier, shot. It goes through Vasilevsky. Choo-choo. Alexandre Texier, le tir et le but. Ma parole, what a start to the third period as Montreal takes the 3-2 lead. Wow. What a start to the third from both teams. Oh, my goodness. Radish put that on. Dobish got a piece of it with his blocker, and then it hit the post. How does Kucherov fan on that? Then it's Hudson. Just a beautiful play up the ice. Beautiful pass to Texier. And boy, oh boy, that is not the Andre Vasilevsky I'm used to seeing in the playoffs. That touches a bit of his glove, but not enough of it as Texier buries it. And just over a minute into the third, Montreal has the lead for the third time tonight. I think the hat's working. The hat stays on, says Giggling Cat. Drew saying knock on wood. Drew's sick of this overtime nonsense. This codswallop. Oh, good hit there from Gooley. Creates a turnover. Can the Habs make something of it? Not quite yet. Gooley dumps it. Vasilevsky out of his net. Helps Lilleberg handle it. Bulldog in there to hammer Lilleberg. Crozer. I really like Crozer's addition to this series for Tampa. Francois Lebel saying, go Habs, go. Choo-choo. Send 5 SDPN memberships. Crozier, up the ice. Morgan, nope. Connor Geeky is hit. Gallagher, he's hit. Fourth line on fourth line here. Xhekaj. He turns it over in front. Oh, boy, that's wide. I know what Xhekaj brings to the Montreal lineup. Boy, he's been a liability. Tampa loses the zone there. I was going to say, once you get Dobson back, maybe Struble comes out of the lineup. Once Dobson comes back, I don't think Xhekaj can play anymore, not as a defenseman. Slivkovsky, oh boy. That would have been a call in the first 4 games. Gooley on! Vasilevsky doesn't hold on to that. Gets rid of it. Oh, that's a nice pass up the ice. Here comes Gensel. He's got Gooley on him. Good job with his feet there. Demidov, Slav. Habs get it to center and chip it in. Demidov's going to go after this against Moser. Demidov, good puck protection there. Gordon there. Slav gets the puck. Can't center it to Evans. Now here comes Tampa. Andy Gord into the feet of Matheson. I'm not sure what that was. It's working so far. Habs get out of the zone. Oh, boy. Anderson well offside. 16:39 to go in the third. And we got a winner of the Tampa Bay Lightning 47 Blue Superior Lacer hoodie. It is Mark Gill from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. I might have even met you last year. There's still no lead in Basing Say? What is that? Hayden Mathewson just came to say Jamie Benn is a bum. Has anyone ever told you Hayden is a Wild fan? Drew says retweet. Kucherov. He's got Matheson on him. Kucherov hands it off. Ryan McDonough back to Crozier. Crozier on that. Ooh, goes all the bounces off the end board, both sides. Hagel. McDonough. McDonough shot into the glove of Dobish. 16:04 to go in the third period. Once again, the winner of the Tampa Bay Lightning 47 Blues Superior Lacer hoodie is Mark Gill from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. Evans about to take the draw in the Montreal zone against Dominic James. 17 versus 71. Evans comes up with that. Hard around. Bulldog. Gets rid of it. But here comes Dominic James. Gosh, he's fast. Bjorkstrand. Shot. That is Cody Ceci shot. That is wide by... We're going to have to come up with a new metric. Good Lord. Bjorkstrand. Handling it. Oh. Habs get out. Bjorkstrand, I know not every Tampa fan loves him right now. I think he's been very effective in this game. Shocked he didn't have a goal there very early on in the game. That would have been a sexy goal, too. Bjorkstrand fighting 4 Habs for the puck. He eventually loses it, but he does well. Gooley. Gain center and dumps. Oh, held by Texier. Gosh, he's been effective in this series. Can't believe he had his contract terminated earlier this season. Struble, that's stopped by Vasilevsky. Texier. He's got Geeky leaning on him. Texier chasing. Up the ice. Tampa has it in the neutral zone. They send it into the corner. Gergensen's going to battle Struble there. Got to wonder how many shifts this pairing's going to get for the rest of the third here. Jack-Eye. That's got to get out. It does get out, but oh boy. Boy. He's a step behind. Like he's not up to the standard of the rest of the team. He's not. Tough customer. No one's denying that. Bring something to the lineup. No one's denying that. Handles the puck like a live bomb. Like it's terrifying stuff to watch. Demidov chasing after the puck. Can you give Bjorkstrand some good luck? What's in it for me? You gotta grease the wheels a little bit, so what has the Tampa Bay Lightning ever done for me? Lilleberg taken into the boards there by Demidov. Slavkovsky chasing after Braden Point. Gets it into the feet of Gensel. Sends it deep for Kucherov, who just kind of lets Montreal have it. Look at this effort from Kucherov. What is that? This is one of the best players in the league. Habs get rid of it. 13-13 to go in the third. Make a wish. Up the ice. Habs get it deep. Caulfield tried to pick off Vasilevsky there. Tampa gets it all the way down the ice. Oh, they might have something here. Oh, what a move by Cirelli. Oh, my goodness, cross ice. A deflected pass to Gord. Again, you're getting too fresh. You're getting too fresh. Anderson smushing Gord. Cirelli after it. He's had a good game. Hagel. That's off target. 12:30 to go in the third. One of the Montreal Canadiens is without a glove. Crozier shoots. That doesn't make its way through. Habs chip it out, and that won't be enough for icing. Oh, boy. Tampa chipping away here. Here comes James with speed. You can't park the bus. Oh, icing against Tampa. There's a flub. It's in the same breath, like, I think Montreal's D have been a little too active in the back half of this game. Oh, Matheson. God, that was awful against Cirelli. And Anderson might have saved a goal. And then Matheson's the one who blocked the Crozier shot. In the same breath, I've been saying Habs D have been a little too active in the back half of this game, but also you can't park the bus. They're up 3-2. Struble off the draw. Shot from Jack-Eye. That's a heavy shot. 91.8 miles an hour. He's got a shot. Stopped by Vasilevsky. Up the ice. Here comes Tampa. Okay, you were calling Tampa slow. See how the Habs stifle that breakout? New hook. Shot, Gallagher. That's wide. In front. Oh, Struble gets it. Jack-Eye. Struble. On through traffic. There's a rebound. It's kicked away. Jack-Eye. Danault. $11:30 to go in the third. Struble after it. Tampa, I think that's going to be, is that delay a game? Oh, they're saying deflected. St. Louis doesn't think so. Oh, you got to show the replay there. We're going to TV timeout. They're showing the Texier celebration. Goodness gracious, that was so many minutes ago. But here we are, nearly halfway through the third period. And it's a 3-2 Habs lead. Chew. Question for the chat. Has the game-winning goal already been scored? That's what I want to know. So, the winner of the Tampa Bay Lightning 47 Blue Superior Lacer hoodie is Mark Gill from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. And I hope you know that, Mark. I hope. Alex, maybe tonight is the night Drew won't have to do OT. Hey, that was game 4. Whenever that was. You know, there have been a lot of questions about John Cooper. And like, if Tampa loses in the first round yet again, is his job in jeopardy? And what I would say is the common theme over many of the Tampa Bay Lightning's first round defeats, 2023 and onward, the common theme is Andrei Vasilevsky is not up to his previous standard. Not even close. Like that goal from Texier. They're showing the replay now. That there was a 5-year stretch where you would be flabbergasted that went in against nearly anyone, let alone Andrei Vasilevsky. Giggling Cat, how dare you ask things like that with this much time on the board? And now you say no OT? Shame. Hagel gets it deep. Oh, 3 Habs stapled to him. Probably not a bad idea. This is the first game Hagel hasn't scored in. yet. Kucherov to Hagel. Oh my God, it's happening. Montreal can't get out of the zone. Oh my God, it's happening. Oh no! Habs get out. Suzuki catches up to it. Oh, he avoids the check, but loses the puck. Hagel. Oh no! Hands it off to Gensel. Gensel hands it off. Crozier has it stolen from him. There's Matheson. Oh, good play from Bolduc. He's been so effective. For Dach, Texier is going to try to catch up to that. He was a little late to the party. Habs, again, just disturbing the peace in the neutral zone. But here comes Tampa with speed. Point! That goes over the net. Gord. Crozier. Oh, bulldogged across the line by Texier. Good stuff. Another guy. He's just been so effective. Texier with it in his own end. Matheson off the boards and out to Bolduc. Stolen off him. Crozier. Slavkovsky. Oh, let's Point blow by him. Here comes Point. Into the feet of Gord. Oh, Habs looking a little panicky. Francois Labelle says, stop giving me a heart attack. He also said, yep, it was, and I'm not listening. La, 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 la. 9:30 to go in the second. Scrum behind the Habs net. They dump it to center ice. Again, you can't park the bus, man. There's a lot of time. That's a good defensive stick from Slav. Good body on Lilleberg. Great body on Lilleberg. He takes the puck, hands it off in front. Oh, Caulfield couldn't get that pass through. Habs hold the zone. Gooley on. That's behind the Tampa net. James finds Gonsalves. Under 9 minutes to go. Cernak up the ice. Again, see how that pass was just stifled a little bit? Tampa's not slow because they're slow. They're slow because of the way Montreal is playing. Hudson. Caulfield. Cross ice. Habs get out of their zone. Dart of a pass. Evans has a lane. Shoots. Stopped by Vasilevsky. That's a solid save. 8:30 to go in the third. Moser in his own end. New hook like a dog in a bone. Gallagher. He misses the net. Girgensons. Could have had a 3-on-2, but two of his teammates needed to change. Hudson up the ice. I haven't noticed Girgensons nearly as much in this game. McDonough. Can't clear. New hook. Oh boy, here comes Connor Geekie. He puts it into the half wall for no one. Under 8 minutes to go as time pours through the hourglass. Danault lays a hit on Crozier. It's at the point for Carrier. Carrier behind the net. In the corner. Struble on offense here. He's pinching. Perry, who has not been nearly the factor in this series that I thought he would be. Struble has it in his own end. Caulfield. Cross ice. I'm noticing no jack eye. Suzuki pressure on Crozier. Gord is going to break out of his end here with Point. They got plenty of speed here. Point stops up, hands it off. Kucherov has it swatted off his stick, and the Habs turn him around. Now Texier has it one-on-one against Radish. That's blockered away by Vasilevsky. It allowed the Habs to get a change. Texier. Bolduc's going to get this. Around to Texier. Time pouring away. Cross ice. Hudson. That shot is stifled. Tampa. Here comes Radish. Kucherov. Cross ice. Again, that pass just does not get through. Dach. Up the ice. Chipped in by Slav, so that won't be icing. Vasilevsky out of his net to play it. 6:20 to go in the third. Bolduc around. Slav can't handle that. Carrier keeps it alive. Slav can't find Evans. And this, Hagel might win this race against Matheson. Hagel steals. James loose. Dobish covers it up. 6:02 to go in the third. Oy, 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 oy. That was a great slap shot by Evans. That was well placed too. That's a good save from Vasilevsky. Mike Matheson, stop making it difficult for me to defend you challenge. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. TMB Sports. Hey, Steve. Hello, TMB Sports. We don't always get to experience history together. If the Penguins win tonight, you stream the reverse sweep live on Saturday night. Guys, you always have such good ideas. But what I think you always forget with your good ideas is that I'm just a man. It is 0-0 in that game between the Penguins and Flyers with 17:42 to go in the third. Utah Vegas, that series tied at 2. Game 5 is tonight at 10 p.m. By the way, if this game goes to overtime, it is possible that game 5 of this series does not end until after game 6 of Penguins Flyers. It's possible. These are the things I get obsessed with. There's a new Mortal Kombat movie coming out. Oh, that's crazy. Did they mean to do that? Yeah, that's so crazy. So they did the Mortal Kombat. Kucherov, nasty slash on Bolduc. That's a replay from earlier tonight, I think. Yeah, they showed a commercial for the Mortal Kombat movie, and then they come back and in the arena they're playing the Mortal Kombat theme song. That had to be coordinated, right? Is it true you do regular hits en français on RDS? Non. That's French for no. Habs win the D-zone draw. They get it around. Newhook chips that in. Again, time pouring through the hourglass. 5:50 to go in the third. Crozer with it in his own end. What's your favorite character / go-to from Mortal Kombat? I went through a big Baraka phase. But Scorpion. Get over here. Loved Scorpion. I also went through a Reptile phase. I only wanted to be Reptile, and my older neighbor, who would humor me and allow me to play his Super Nintendo, would get pissed off because he would have to unlock him. Josh Anderson. Suzuki. Slavkovsky. This is quite the big line. Slav, Anderson, and Suzuki. Tampa gets control. Hagel has Suzuki all over him, and he dumps it. Tampa loses it, and now here comes Montreal, who now you can park the bus. Oh, confusing change for both teams. Here comes Tampa. Swatted away. Can Montreal clear it? They do. 4:24 to go in the third. Time pouring through the hourglass. Keep your eye on Vasilevsky. No idea when he's coming out. That's icing against Montreal. Does Cooper do it now? It's probably too early. I don't think St. Louis would be expecting it. Texier, Bolduc, Although this probably isn't the line you would want out there as St. Louis. I think Cooper might have thought about it. So this is point out there with Gensel and Gord. Habs win that draw like they've done all night. Shots are very close to even now as well. Tampa once had a pretty pronounced advantage. Dobich out of his net to play at 4 minutes to go. Gooley is stapled to the boards. Gensel trying to get it to the point. Habs take it again. Their sticks are relentless. Bolduc gets that, flips it down the ice. This won't be nearly enough for icing. Texier on Moser. They don't call that, and that's the right call. I think Moser fell on his own. Evans steals. Evans on through traffic. New hook. Oh, is he taken down hard? Gensel seemed to get the worst of it, though, as he heads to the bench. 3-2-1 to go in the third period. Goals 3-2. Gord. Matheson has seen a lot of Kucherov in this game. Stopped by Dobich, and that goes out of play. Gord laying a cross check on, I think that was Matheson. Oh, baby. As we get another TV timeout. 3:07 to go in the third. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like. Click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Has the game-winning goal already been scored? I tell you what. If you're Andrei Vasilevsky, you better hope your team ties it. One, because you want to win. Number two, because that goal stunk. Big old donkey butt. You know, like Ken Reed from Sportsnet, who I love very much, talked about something on our show once, and I loved it, and it kind of changed the way I thought about highlights, and it's had an influence on the way I do LFR, the way I do the streams, where he talks about, you know, whenever a goal goes in, we talk about the mistakes and what went wrong. Why don't we ever just go, wow? Or what? We don't spend enough time just going, wow. So I look at that, and I would love to be like, wow, what a shot from Alexandre Texier. Except you're a starting goalie in the NHL in the playoffs. Got to have that. Andrei Vasilevsky. Yeah, they just showed a replay. Dude, brutal. It's just so far beneath his standard. You know what I mean? Wouldn't make a big deal if it happened to certain goalies, but Andrei Vasilevsky, you know what I mean? 3:07 to go in the third. Face-off in the Montreal Canadiens end. Vasilevsky still in the Lightning net. Evans versus James. Evans wins that. Habs. Ooh, they can't get out of their zone, though. Still can't get out of their zone. Now Danault gets it out. 2:52 to go in the third. Vasilevsky, he's looking. He's looking. Bjorkstrand to Gonsalves. Gonsalves stops up. Shot. Around. Moser. Stopped by Dobich. 2:33 to go in the third. Now, here's what's frustrating if you're John Cooper. This is as good a time as any to pull Andrei Vasilevsky. It is. But you've been getting killed in the face-off dot. Tonight, all series long, you've been getting killed. Oh, is he doing it? Or is Vasilevsky just coming way out of the net? He's coming off. This is a big face-off. Extra attacker for Tampa. Cirelli versus Evans. Cirelli wins it. Point. Kucherov. That's stopped by the toe of Dobeš. 2.5 minutes to kill here. Boy, does that seem like a lot right now. Radish. Hagel. That's blocked. Radish holds the zone. 2:20. Kucherov. Down low. Gensel. Shot into the glove of Dobeš. 2:12 to go in the third period. Giggling Cat. Got home in time for the empty net. Let's go. Zach said, do you have any superstitions when watching the Leafs? I have enough. I used to have more superstitions, and I realized it got to the point where I was like, I can't move. And here's the great thing about the Leafs and superstitions. You start to realize that none of them work. So that's good. Habs win the faceoff, but can't get out of their zone. They do now. 2 minutes left in the third now. Down the ice. Icing. 1:57 to go in the third. Matheson trying to say it shouldn't have been icing. Remember I said Montreal was coming close to evening up the shots? Yeah, I lied. It's 31-24 now for Tampa, but they trail 3-2 here with 1:57 to go in the third. How much would you be willing to pay Radish? Well, let's see if he scores here. Number might go up. Tampa has the puck now. Hagel, Radish, Hagel skates in, fake shoots. It's in the crease. Tampa re-racks. Kucherov, Gensel, cross ice. That pass is just deflected a little. Radish, Hagel. Shot. Oh, that's not by Dobeš. There's a rebound, though. Block. Where is it? Puck goes out of play. 1:28 to go in the third. Shots just keep creeping up. It's now 35-24 for Tampa. I've never heard this one before, believe it or not. Francois Lebel goes, no superstitions, just little stitions. Do you know how difficult of a joke that is bilingually? You know what I mean? That's impressive. Justin Mercy donation? I don't get it. So, timeout, Montreal. $128 to go in the third here. Oh, Justin, you're threatening the chat to behave? Is it working? Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. All the guys I watched growing up are assistant coaches now. There's Jeff Halpern, Trevor Letowski. Drew, who's that next to Julian Breezeball? I recognize him. Oh, I recognize that player. Jakub Dobeš. What a game he's been having. But he's got 88 seconds left. Zoltan says, respect. Thanks for the chat earlier. Great stream. Oh, was I tweeting? Kucherov shoots. That goes wide. Slavkovsky gets rid of it, and that will not be enough for icing. Interestingly. Point. With speed. Always with speed. Along the half wall. Tampa cycling it. Habs get it down the ice, nowhere near the net, unfortunately. So that'll be icing. 1:03 to go in the third. Slavkovsky not happy with himself. I mean, he had time too. Suzuki, wins that draw clean, but they're going to redo it. Cirelli versus Suzuki. Scrum draw here. Tampa comes up with it. Hagel. Under a minute now. Radish. Hagel. Downhill. Shoots. Stopped by Vasilevsky. Dobish. The other one. Hagel. Kucherov. Through traffic. Stopped by Dobish. Slivkovsky. He can't clear. Hagel. Cross ice. Lightning whipping it around. 35 seconds. Hagel. It's behind the net now. Kucherov along the half wall. Down low. Under 30. Kucherov. 25. Gensel. That goes wide. 20 seconds. Gensel. In the slot for point. Shoots blocked. Kucherov. Radish. Gensel. 10 seconds. Point. They're moving it around so beautifully. Habs still can't get rid of it. Radish with under 5 seconds to go. Hagel shoots. That's blocked. And the Montreal Canadiens hang on to win Game 5. The fists fly after the final horn, and the Habs will fly home to Montreal for Game 6 with a 3-2 series lead, and with the Tampa Bay Lightning on the brink. Choo-choo! 3-2 series, 3-2 final. Shots 40-24. Dobish was brilliant in this game. Dobish was brilliant in this third period. Dobish was brilliant in the final 10 minutes or so. That one just glancing off his shoulder of the third period. What a game. What a win for the Montreal Canadiens. And I'm going to remind you, because I have to, Tampa has been in this position before. Ridic, thank you for 5 STPN memberships, you beauty. Tampa was down 3-2 to the Leafs in 2022. They won Game 6 in overtime. I believe that was Cirelli. And they won Game 7 off of some nonsense. Francois Labelle gifted 10 SDPN memberships. Thank you. The first round just killed my bracket. Hey, they're not out yet. Daniel D says, ole, 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 ole. Philip Deneau played the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds straight. Elliot Freeman just tweeted it. Hey, any Montreal Canadiens fan who is happy and wants to keep the good times going, tomorrow we are going to be uploading a new episode of Agent Provocateur right here on the SDPN YouTube channel. I believe you can also find this on Apple. You can find it on Spotify. You can find it wherever you get your podcast. Agent Provocateur, Alan Walsh, Adam Wilde, and special guest, Montreal Canadiens President of Hockey Operations, Jeff Gordon. Crash Test Fetus. Maybe Vasi should be called the other one, eh? Yeah, I don't know why I did that. Madnoid. That's clever. Just a bunch of train emojis. Choo-choo. Adrena Gray. Thank you, Steve, for many heart attacks tonight. Thank you for surviving. Shout out everyone in the chat who's just here having a great time. You guys are a beautiful group. Montreal is a problem, but Cooch needs to be better, says Just Jimmy. Yeah, 100%. All thanks to Habs victory puppy Max Poopington. That is not what he is, and that is not his name. Do I read this? So Pablo Torre tweets, have been spending the last few months reporting and fact-checking a new Pablo Finds Out investigation. It involves Jeffrey Epstein. Part 1 drops first thing in the morning. Okay. Okay. If you don't know who Pablo Torre is, let me tell you, you are late to the party. Hey, Mike Schmidt, thank you for 20 SDPN memberships. You are a beauty and a gentleman and a scholar and a father, as always. Ray Hadlington, want to continue with the 0-0 Pennsylvania game? Drew says no. Yeah, because we're going to be like, yeah, we're going to do it. And then it's going to go to 4 overtime. Francois Lebel, if I say it's enough, I'll make it happen. Or if I say it enough, I'll make it happen. Ridic, OHL Kitchener Rangers versus the Windsor Spitfires. Still racking up penalty minutes with 20 seconds left in the third. Gotta love hormone hockey. Never call it that again. Good Lord. No, I didn't hear that. What was that? I believe it. Tampa had, I turned the feed off. That's why I didn't hear it. Tampa had the last 13 shots on goal of that game. And none of them got through Dobish. Now, I imagine some of those are going to come off because shots are just insane. By the way, we recorded an episode of SDP VIP today. If you got gifted a membership, or if you bought one for yourself, you now have access for the next month to SDP VIP. We record a special VIP episode every single week. That is 4 episodes of the Steve Dangle podcast, more than you already get per month. 1 per week. Usually works out to 4 per month. I have to technically say 1 per week. And throughout the summer. In August, we will have 0 new episodes of the Steve Dangle podcast, unless you're an STP VIP. So if you get gifted a membership, great. If you extend your membership that you are gifted, even better. That's so many. I agree. All 5 games decided by 1 goal, says Lily Hannah. Crazy series. All 5. It was overtime. 1 goal in regulation. Awesome. I can't believe Flyers Penguins of all series is currently 0-0. Honestly, guys, I've been up since 6. I can't do it. I can't do it. I barely. Before we started the stream, my wife was just like, what do you keep sighing for? Awesome. Drew just said, what do you think of the CFL having 8 of 9 teams make the playoffs? I didn't know that, and that's silly and dumb. Boo. Demon Hunter, Mog, said VIP is worth it. Also, Steve is a friggin' nerd. Get in. Also, this has been a stellar round 1. This has been downright enjoyable. I do wish my team were a part of it. But okay, like a side effect of not having the Leafs in it, believe me, I would rather have the Leafs in it. Like there's a perception, and it's earned, that we're like a Leafs first network. And yeah, I mean, me, Adam, and Jesse are all Leaf fans, but like when it comes to other teams, we can do this, eh? And I know a lot of you guys who have been around for a while, you knew that already. But most people are like, why is Steve streaming Habs games? I don't know. It's not even the first time he's done it. Why is Adam streaming Oilers games? I don't know. It's not even the first time he's done it. Why is Jesse... Okay, did you not pay attention to the first two? Sometimes you got to be able to show your chops at doing other stuff. You know what I mean? Renee Duguay said, Steve, we're your team. Pens and Flyers made a peace treaty for 0 goals. I don't think the Pens and Flyers have ever made a peace treaty for anything. Steve is a Quebecois. I'm not, but I do have francophone family. I think they're technically... Are they from Gatineau or Ottawa? I don't know because they don't live there, obviously. But they are full francophone. They speak beautiful French. And I am their cousin and do not. I play Duolingo and know more than I did a year ago, but not much more. Drew, because they refuse to speak to me. That's good stuff. Drew, do you want to... What do you think? You want to wrap this up? The train has left the station. Hey. You know what I should check? When is game 6? Is that Friday? Friday night. Is it at 7 o'clock? Drew says in game 7 Sunday because it's happening. You shut your friggin' face. Ja says choo choo. So, my friends, that is it for this stream. Thank you very much for watching. Merci beaucoup. Click like if you liked this stream. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. That's never happened to me during an outro before. Game 6 is Friday. Habs have a 3-2 lead. They have a chance to advance on Friday, and you all better say bless you.